Today is International Transgender Day of Visibility, dedicated to celebrating the accomplishments of transgender and non-gender conforming people while raising awareness for the work that still needs to be done to achieve trans justice. For more on this, we're joined by the co-chair on the board of directors with Pride Toronto, Yuri Hernandez. Yuri, good morning to you. So Hi, thanks for joining us. International Transgender Day of Visibility was established first back in 2009. Since then, has there been any real progress made to help achieve trans justice?
To be completely honest, I feel like process has been quite slow. In terms of trans representation, we've seen some things, come through in terms of, work movements. We've also seen a lot of transgender advocates in other social movements, which I find really, really interesting. The fact that we're getting to a point where we are becoming big. To the fact that we're able to affect other movements as well. So I've seen like some of that, and I've seen a lot of information sharing as well on social media. But to be honest, the reason I'm here today is because, often we think about loss, trans lives that we've lost, members of our community that we've lost, but very few times we actually sit and celebrate trans people, the existence of trans people, the fact that we're here and it's okay. We're just like you. We're like anybody else. As you can see from myself, I'm a non-binary transgender person. I live, work, and advocate for the community, and I constantly am fighting to be seen by other people, and I'm fighting for other trans people to be seen. So no, I think 2009 was not too long ago, and I think we have so much more work to do in terms of transgender accessibility, transgender visibility, transgender representation. You see people like Elliot Page, who are very well known, but again, we have these archetypes up in the sky that we look at, and I don't really firmly believe that that's a strong form of representation, and I think that we need to do more. I think that we need to put, BIPOC trans people in power. I think that we need to put them in positions where they're being seen by others. I'm an immigrant, and for the first 8 years of my life, I wondered how I was going to make it to 20. How I was going to go from 8 to 20 years old and be alive by then, because I had no trans representation. My parents had no idea what this was like. So it's incredibly important, because at the age of 8, I got the chance to come to Canada, and I was able to start experiencing some queer representation, and that changed my life.
Wow. That's very powerful, and thank you for sharing that, Yuri. So because today is a day of celebration, of acknowledging the trans people in our lives who are doing things that maybe we love, or that they are accomplishing on their own terms, can you tell us how you're celebrating today, and if there's any people you want to give a shout out to that we might not know about?
Absolutely, yes. So how I'm celebrating today, I'm going to spend some time with my friends. I'm going to have just a small event at work as well. And I did want to shout out some people today. First and foremost, I wanted to shout out Pack Animal. They're an amazing company. They make binders. They make purposeful clothing for trans people, and I would highly check them out. They're also non-for-profit as well. And if I'd also like to call out Chase Joint, an amazing artist, Casey Plett, Vivek Sharia, and Gwen Benaway, some amazing trans artists. Please check them out. And again, when you interact with us, interacting with anybody else. So I encourage you to interact with trans people today, and I encourage you to just be aware of who's around you, and show some love to your community. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, and Yuri, let's talk about Pride, the Pride Parade. Many people are so excited that it's finally going to be back in person this summer. What can we expect?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. You can expect a lot. So Pride, we've gotten started a lot earlier this year than we've ever been able to. Normally parade and festival planning starts around this time for us, but we've already got artists, the festival's been planned. We've got all our permits. It's going to be very, very similar to times without a pandemic. We're going to be all back in person. We're also going to be hosting a global Black Pride, which I'm very, very proud of, super excited for. There's just amazing lineups, amazing artists. The parade is back on route. We have eco-friendly vehicles. It's a less of like a mall walk experience. It's definitely more of a grassroots type of event this year, and we're very, very much focused on harm reduction, the environment, and making sure that people feel safe on our parade route.
Yeah, it's certainly one of my favorite parades. I look forward to joining again this year. Listen, Yuri Hernandez, co-chair on the board of directors for Pride Toronto, thank you so much for joining us today to talk about International Transgender Day of Visibility. Take care.
Thank you, Jennifer.